Well, this is certainly not the way that I planned to begin this video. Everything sort of changed about 15 minutes ago. Now I should tell you, it's just after 5:15 in the morning, and I got a notification on my phone. Now the area that I was planning to head to is called Matsu Islands. It's actually a group of islands. The two islands that I'm going to are the Nangan, which is the South Island, and the Beigan, which is the North Island, the two largest islands of Matsu. And there's been a slight hiccup. There was a typhoon this week, just actually a few days ago, in fact. But I thought that by today, which is, what's the date? I have to look at my calendar now. The 4th of August, everything would be fine. Well, it actually wasn't. So my initial plan was to ride to Geelong, then take the overnight ferry to Matsu, South Island. Just a few minutes ago, as I was sleeping, I got a notification on my phone which woke me up. It was from the ferry company saying that ferries for the next couple of days have been cancelled, not due to the typhoon coming to Taiwan, because since the last few hours, it kind of made a detour and headed towards Japan and China. But the winds are still making the seas rather choppy. So this has kind of put me in a little bit of a bind. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to cancel the trip. And I would try to think of other options. There are still flights from Taipei to South Island. There's no problem with that. But I can't bring my motorbike, of course, on the plane. The planes are just not big enough. So I was then looking at rental services on the island. There are 3. 2 of them are renting these 100cc Kimco scooters. The others are renting electric scooters, and I thought, no, I don't want this at all. So kind of making inquiries if there's anybody that has a bike or scooter, or there are other companies that are renting anything bigger than, let's say, 400 or 500cc. Luckily, just as I was about to switch everything off and go back to bed for a couple of hours, I got a notification on my Line app from somebody who seems to be up at this very strange hour, saying that, yeah, there actually is one place. So I sent a message, and they were awake, and they got back to me, and they said, yeah, we do have one. It's 900 Taiwan dollars for the day. So I did find another option. I have no idea what the bike is, so I suppose I will find out when I get there. So I'm now going to book my flight. Flying, of course, is a lot less than the ferry. It's a slow ferry, and the one for vehicles leaves every night at 7 p.m. local time and gets to South Island the next day at 9 o'clock in the morning. So just over 12 hours. It's not very fast. The flight, however, is fast. It's 55 minutes, so I suppose that's a good thing, but I really wanted to have my bike with me. I have no idea what this bike is, except that he assured me it's the only big one on the island itself. It's 450cc. And the South Island of Matsu is not, the islands are not that big, but they're very mountainy and very hilly. And there's a few reasons for going there, which we'll find out about. Anyway, this is day 1. As I said, this is not the opening I had planned, so we'll have to see what happens in day 2. So I'm going to head back to bed, and I'll see you in a few seconds, which is actually maybe a few hours. In real time, that is.
Matsu.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, technically, this video should be, as the title said, day 2. But I'm going to change it to day 2/3. The reason is, it doesn't seem that so far everything has gone as planned. So, as I mentioned, I'd been planning to come here for at least a week. I booked the ferry service, was going to bring my own bike here to Matsu Island and everything. And then the day that I was going to leave very early in the morning, I got a notification from the ferry company saying that the ferries had been canceled due to the little typhoon that we had, which was already making its way towards Japan. So then I was thinking, okay, well, I know that they have like 125 not ski CC scooters on the island, but I can't stand those. They're just too weak and underpowered. So I was kind of looking around to see if I can find anything bigger, like 400 or more. I'd sent a notification or a message to one of the companies that got back to me, or rental companies that is, that said that they actually had a 400cc. I paid for it in advance, reserved it and everything. So then it was just booking the flight. I booked the flight here. Everything went spiffing. After I checked into my hotel, which is down the staircase behind this blue truck, I went to pick it up. The scooter itself was a Kimco Exciting. I'll tell you this one, it was certainly exciting. I literally got less than a kilometer and the CVT went out. Well, actually, the belt in the CVT went out. Now, it was Sunday, so the repair shops were closed, which they couldn't do anything. So I then went back to, well, actually, I didn't go back to, I called the guy that from the rental place. I said, look, I just got at the corner and the CVT belt went out. So they came and collected me. In their arsenal of scooters, it was the only 400cc they had. All the other ones were 125, except for one. And it's this one right here. A Yamaha Force. Not exactly the bike that I was hoping for, even though I do like the Yamaha Force. Yes, it's 150cc, and of course, if you look at a map of Matsu Island, you may be thinking, well, it's a small island, you don't really need that much power. Well, you'll see in a moment what the roads are like. Very mountainy, and people that are on small scooters, somebody using a mobility scooter would probably go faster. Anyway, so I'm kind of stuck with this, but the good thing is that he's actually not going to charge me. Because I had booked the 400cc and it broke down literally less than a minute after I picked it up, he was very apologetic, and he said I can take this one for 2 days, and he refunded me all the money. And he is going to pay for petrol. He said just keep the receipts from the single petrol station on the island, and yeah, bring him the receipts and he'll pay for it. So, I mean, I can't complain about that. Yeah, there's only one petrol station. The hours are sort of peculiar. They open at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they close at 5. So this is the one that I'm going to be taking down, or rather up or down these mountain roads. And yeah, so let's see a little bit of what Matsu's like, and I'll be stopping at some places. This is a military island. It was a military island. And we'll go somewhere, and I will give you a little bit more explanation of what I mean by that. There's a farmer's going to go tend to his crops at the moment. Anyway, so let's get going.